Okay, today I'm going to show you guys the Celtic Vision weave. This is another one that takes two sizes, the small and the large. Again, I like to pre-close my small ones because, yeah, it takes a little bit of time on the front end getting them all closed and all, put together. But when you're going to weave it together, it actually speeds up the entire process. So I like to do that. So I highly recommend that. So, again, I start with the paper clip because it gives you something a little extra to hold on. This is kind of like a reverse helm weave. So you're going to start with 6 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 small links onto a big link. Close that up. And we're going to take another big link and run that through all 6. So there you go. So now we have 6 onto 2. Alright, where we'll put our paper clip is on one of these small links. So we'll throw our paper clip right here onto the small link because that is going to be the top of our Celtic Vision weave. This is kind of a cool one because not only does it lend itself to going horizontally or vertically, it also lends itself to going out in all directions. I've actually made a belt for a friend of mine out of this, and I've also made body armor for one of my sons, all out of this. And the kind of cool thing is you can take different color rings and kind of weave things into it. So since we're Trimarian, he has a full chain vest with this Celtic Vision weave, and it has blue Triskells with blue aluminum rings woven into it, as well as gold edging trim. So, kind of a nice little touch. So, alright, so once you have the 6 small and 2 big, you're going to take and you're going to catch the 3rd ring, skip the 4th ring, and catch the 5th ring. And make sure it all goes in the same direction. So if you see, I'm between the 2 big rings and through 2 of the small rings. And we're going to close that up. So we're here. Now you are going to have to put a ring through this one too. We can do that now or we can do that later. It doesn't really matter. However you want to do it. It's just a matter of, do you start here or do you start there? So so this is one way where you can put it on the small ring, or you can take and use this one ring as your starting point and kind of grab the small ring and the one ring to give you a nice firm jumping off point. And now we're going this direction. So if that's the case and we're going to go here, which is fine, we can do it that way too, and take that big ring. So remember, we're going through this top one, the top of the key or whatever. That's the 1st ring. 1, 2. We're going to go through the 3rd ring. So up through the 3rd ring, between the 2, and then down between the 2 big rings, and then through the 5th ring. So what we want, okay, one more time, up through the 3rd ring, and then down through the 5th ring. So like that, see? Up through 3, down through 5. 4 is loose. Okay, and then close that. So this is basically your functional unit of the Celtic Vision weave. That's kind of the one thing. So, and then from here, we just keep repeating. So you see it's sandwiched in between the two, and then around there. Okay, so now to keep going, we take a big ring, and we're going to go, oh, sorry, I forgot this part. So here's your basic piece. To make life easier, before you close this one, again, you don't have to do it this way, but I just found this way is quicker and easier. Before you close this one, put 2 more on, and then close it. So now you'll have, through these two, the one hanging, and then these two hanging. So this time, you're going to go and take your big ring, and you're going to go up through it. And we're underneath the single ring, through that one that's just hanging there, and then through that one. So you see how you're sandwiching these 2 rings. Okay. Again, if we want to make life easier, which I know I'm all for, you're going to take 1, 2, 3 closed rings, put it on that one, and then close it. Okay. So now you have it going through the 3 top, the 3 bottom. This is our double ring. See, there's the bottom of the double ring, and you have 6 on that one. So then again, take another big ring, and you're going to go through all 6 of these rings, all 6 of the small ones. There you go. Through those 3. Now we're going on top of this one, through the bottom, through and through. Make sure you go the correct direction, otherwise you'll end up with a ring in a funky direction. And close that. So now we have the 2. Two big rings, sandwiching one big ring with 6 small rings on it. So as we keep going, take our next big ring, and like I said, if you pre-close all your small rings and pre-open all your big rings, it'll go a lot quicker. So we're going to take this big ring, we're going to come up through the center of this ring, which is ring number 3, 1, 2, ring number 3, skip ring number 4, come down through ring number 5. Got that open, add 2 more, and close. So see how we've got this ring, which is sandwiched between these 2. This ring sandwiched between these 2 goes around ring number 4. And now we're back to here. Take another ring. We're going to go up through ring number, that ring there. That's going to be that's technically ring number 2, because that's technically ring number 1. So you go up through ring 2, through the middle of 1. Make sure you go down through that ring. Add 3 rings. 1, 2, 3. Close it up. Take another big ring, and see how this one is on the bottom. See when I say top and bottom, middle, this one is on the bottom. So now we're going to go through the top. Grab those 3 rings through the top of this ring, through that ring, and making sure we stay on top. You don't want to cross your streams. You don't want to cross the rings. Okay. You know, make sure all your joints are nice and closed all the way, so that way it's not snagging on stuff and grabbing on clothes or hair or anything like that. Whoever the wearer will be, will definitely appreciate it. If you take the time to dress your corners, dress your knot, if you will, you dress your weave. Okay, so again, up through number 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. That's that guy right there. So through number 3, between the 2, back down, skip 4, back down through 5, got it through, add 2, close it up. Okay. Next ring, up through the new one, through the center of the one that you skipped before, and out the bottom. Add 3. 1, 2, 3. And close. And from that, you're just kind of off to the races. Grab the 3. Make sure you're, if you went bottom before, go top this time. And back through. And there you go. We're almost big enough so I can show you how to close it. I always like to show you how to close it if that is applicable. Because I know there's a bunch of tutorials out there. I mean, there's tons of them out there, and very few, they get this far and they're like, okay, well, you're off to the races, go for it, knock yourself out. And very few actually show you how to close it. Ah, look, see, I missed this ring. So we missed that ring, and where'd I miss it? I missed it on the top ring. So come back here and you dress any of these little mistakes beforehand, it'll be a heck of a lot easier before you have a bunch of everything hooked up. Okay, so we fixed that. So yeah, we'll do a couple more and then I'll show you how to close it up. Some weaves are pretty simple to close up and they're pretty self-explanatory. This one included in that, but then there's some others like half Persian. For whatever reason, half Persian, every time I go to close a half Persian weave, I have to sit there and fight with it and relearn it, or relearn how to close it. For whatever reason, I just have a mental block on that one. So hopefully I'll get there. I'll figure it out. I'll record it, and then I can just look back at it every time I try to make one of those and close that. But we shall see. We'll see how far we get, or when we get there. All right, so up through the center. Don't cross over. Stay on the bottom or the top, whichever one you're at. Add 3. 1, 2, 3. And close. Through there. Through the top, through the top, through the top. Okay, let's see, are we there yet? No. We'll do 2 more. That should give us enough so you can get the basic idea of how to close it. Okay, so up, around, down, see, up, around, down. Add 2. Close. I'm sorry. No, yeah. Add 2. Because this is a center. This is a middle ring. So on the middle rings you add 2, on the top and bottoms you add 3, and then if you were expanding this direction, it's even easier because you just follow through, and these 2 rings already are part of it. So you're adding even less. You're then either adding 1 or 2 rings because you've got, you know, all your other rings here on the side. Now, if you do this and you just grab these 2 and go here like this, for the first one, that'll work. You can get away with that. You still have to, but then you have to bring it around. See, that's good. But then you still have to add your 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's just another way, but you can't do that. You have to add these 3 after you move that one over, because otherwise these 3 will get in the way and they won't be going through this center ring. So, you know, it's kind of all in what you're comfortable with. More than one way to skin a cat, sort of deal. There's no wrong way to weave it as long as the weave comes out right. You know, and I've spent many an hour on this weave in particular. I'll show you the belt. I have that handy because that kind of shows the directions. Okay, and then add 1, 2. Because it's a middle one, we add 2. Close it. And that's a bottom, so we add 3. 1, 2, 3. Close it. Alright, so now we're getting to the point where we're gonna close it up. If you were making, you know, a full complete chain. So we get our 2 ends together, take the paper clip off, of course. Now if you look, I've got the middle, right, and the open one here, so, or the middle here and the double here. So we're going to go ahead and open this middle one here, and actually I need to do one more, take it back, right? So here we need to go one middle here, up, around, through. Okay, now add the 2. Yes. Okay, now look, I've got 1, 2, 3 on this side, and those will get into that one here. So I need to add. I'm going to have to add 2 on this side because I've already got the 3 I'm using here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I need 6 altogether. So, easiest way to do that, open this up, right? Grab your grab your ring, okay, going up, through, and down. There we're here, right? Now, we're going to have, and look, I'm on the bottom here, so I need to make sure I go on the top there, right? Now, if I take 2 more rings and put them here, and close it, I've got all the rings I need, but they're not all where they belong. So I need to get these 2 rings into the position where they belong. So, actually what I need to do in order to do that is I need to I took one of the rings off because I need it on the opposite side of that ring. So I'm going to open my center ring here, and I'm going to go through it, that one, capture that there, and close it, right? Now I'm going to move my opening to my bottom ring over to this side, so it's on the opposite side of this ring. I'm going to open it, put my ring on there, close it, okay? So now I got this ring floating here. You take this, move it off to this side, open it, and making sure I'm going through the correct direction, slide that through and close it. So you see it's going through the correct direction. Now, to finish the weave, I just need to take a top, one here, and weave it through the top of all of it. Okay, so let's see, this one is on the bottom, those are the 2 middles, so I need to get on top of this one here. So I'm on top of that one, I come over here, and I need to get on top of this one. There we go, on top of them all. And I close that. So that creates the full circle. And that's how you close it. And that is a Celtic Vision weave, a small little circle of it. And so you can take, and like I said, this works good that way, but it also works good for expanding out. So if you look at this, this was one, and then you're using the other ones, and this is a belt that I made, belt that I've made for a friend of mine. That belt buckle kind of sells the whole awesomeness of this thing, but as you can see, if I were to keep going, it lends itself nice for not only vertical, I guess, or horizontal, but the other way around too. So it all links together really well, a lot better than some of the other links do. So that right there is a Celtic Vision. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to find me, contact me, ask your questions, and I'll be more than happy to help you. If I don't know the answer, I will find it. All right? Y'all have a great day.